He had it all: wealth, influence, charm. Yet a tragic event cast him into shadows. In this emptiness, he discovers a priceless gem: true love. Yet fate can be treacherous. The woman he chooses to share his life with conceals a secret that has the power to change everything. Will he see the truth before time runs out? Stay with us until the end of this story and discover how blindness can sometimes reveal deeper truths than what meets the eye. Lucas, a man accustomed to commanding attention and leading the way, was adjusting the volume on his phone as he effortlessly cruised along the coast on his water scooter. The afternoon shimmered with brilliance. The sky adorned with shades of orange as the sun bids farewell. The sea breeze caressing his face seemed insignificant compared to the palpable urgency in the voice of the man on the other end of the line. Allocate all resources. The risks hold no sway over my thoughts. The ultimate result is what genuinely matters. Can you perceive? He declared firmly, putting an end to any attempt at disagreement. The rhythmic crash of the waves against the motorcycle's hull mingled with the resonance of his voice. Lucas terminated the call with a decisive snap, a faint smile of triumph emerging on his lips. Another deal sealed. He whispered with satisfaction as he sped off. A sudden movement in the water caught his eye. He slowed down, narrowing his eyes to comprehend the truth laid out before him. On the horizon, a limb was ascending and descending. With a frantic energy, he muttered curses quietly, yanking the handlebars in a swift motion. The water bike raced forward with astonishing velocity. He had never seen himself as a champion, yet he couldn't just ignore it. Upon reaching the scene, he noticed a woman in turmoil, almost overwhelmed by the crashing waves. Lucas reached out with unwavering resolve. "Seize my hand now," he shouted, striving to convey a sense of authority. The woman, her pallor striking and her motions measured, managed to seize his hand just at the right moment. He pulled her near on the water bike, feeling her essence as if she embodied something beyond just the physical realm. "Hold on," he ordered, sprinting back to the shore. As he reached the beach, he stepped out and helped the woman disembark. Her legs shook with a fierce intensity, leading her to crumple onto the sand. Gasping for air. "How are you doing?" asked Lucas, his tone softening. She looked at him, her breath still unsteady, and gave a subtle smile. "I hold that to be true. You saved me. Your appreciation is incredibly valuable to me." Lucas shook his head, a sense of discomfort washing over him at the recognition. "There is no requirement to proceed with that. Be more vigilant. Those who act on impulse frequently discover that their time is limited." The woman remained in her seat, her eyes fixed on him, filled with intrigue. "I know you," she said, assembling the scattered pieces of a mystery. Lucas raised an eyebrow, brimming with doubt. "I hold some doubts. I'm a bit hard to pin down in this." She let out a gentle laugh, tinged with a touch of irony. "I recognize who you are. Lucas, the person who relies entirely on material belongings." Lucas knitted his brow, opting for silence instead of a reply. He turned and headed back to his water bike. "Take care. In times to come, support might not be easily accessible." He dashed away, leaving the woman on the shore, a cryptic smile dancing on her lips. "Thank you nonetheless, Lucas," she whispered, her eyes fixed on the horizon where he was slowly disappearing. Lucas experienced a wave of frustration. His grip on the steering wheel was resolute as he maneuvered through the serpentine roads that embraced the shoreline. Laura, his fiancée, sat next to him, her expression one of apathy as she mindlessly fiddled with her cell phone. Her expression revealed a hint of tedium. "It appears that my words hold little significance for you. Are you?" His voice broke the silence, creating a ripple in the calm. Laura released a frustrated breath, her eyes swirling in incredulity. "Lucas, I think you're stretching the truth a little here. Postponing the wedding planning won't lead to the end of the world. It transcends the mere event of the wedding. Laura, it includes everything. Your attention appears to be directed towards superficial aspects instead of the deeper elements that genuinely matter." The atmosphere was thick with unvoiced tension between them. Laura replied, her tone laced with a touch of irritation as she spoke coolly. So, Lucas, what is meaningful to you? What is the task? Business venture. Maybe that clarifies why you frequently miss what is right in front of you. Her words echoed in Lucas's mind as he directed his attention back to the path before him. A sudden burst of brilliance briefly clouded his sight. The opportunity had slipped away. The car slipped on the surface. The sharp sound of tires grinding against the asphalt shattered the stillness. Suddenly, a collision cast his surroundings into darkness. As Lucas opened his eyes, he was struck by the profound silence enveloping him. Then the aroma of the medical facility. A combination of antiseptic and disinfectant. He made an effort to raise his eyelids. Yet all that awaited him was a veil of shadows. Where could it be? Where am I right now? He asked in a gravelly voice. A doctor approached with purpose. Mr. Lucas, seems you have come across an unfortunate incident. Taking a break is essential. The event led to an injury to the eye. Thankfully, your life remains secure. Lucas found it difficult to grasp the meaning of the words. However, a single question consumed his mind. What is the current state of my vision? What is holding me back from clarity? The doctor took a brief moment before replying. Your viewpoint is presently constrained. It is essential to keep a close eye on your recovery process, even if it's only for a brief moment. Lucas clutched the sheets with fervor, a tempest of rage and dread swirling inside him. It just can't be. I cannot proceed like this. The subsequent days were marked by a mix of frustration and tranquility. Lucas retreated into isolation, rejecting all guests. Along with Laura, he felt an unfiltered vulnerability, a feeling he had never experienced until this moment. The sound of footsteps reverberated through the room. He eagerly awaited Laura's arrival. However, the voice that came next was one I did not recognize. Good afternoon, Mr. Lucas. My name is Anna. I'm here to support you as you navigate your path to healing. That voice carried an unmistakable sense of familiarity. Yet he discovered he was unable to identify its origin. Are you employed in the nursing profession? He asked with a pointed intensity. In that vein, my goal is to make everything easier for you and to guarantee that you have everything you need. She replied with a calm and composed presence. Lucas emitted a scornful snort. I do not need a caregiver. I seek to restore my sight. Anna stayed calm and composed. Maybe you need it more than you understand. Shall we commence with a deliberate tempo? Mr. Lucas, how frequently have you experienced a situation similar to Lucas? Lost amidst a vast expanse of obstacles, in pursuit of a flicker to rekindle optimism. With this intention, I composed an ebook brimming with heartfelt narratives, designed to connect deeply and provide motivation in the face of life's greatest challenges. I welcome you all gathered here today, to be among the very first to embrace this extraordinary gift. Follow the link to explore how these stories can offer the comfort and connection you desire right now. With careful precision, Anna adjusted his pillow, while Lucas remained silent with his thoughts. He was oblivious to the fact that the woman tending to him was the same one he had saved from the ocean merely days before. In that moment, Anna recognized this was her sole opportunity to approach the man who had unknowingly broken her heart years ago. The early days of Lucas and Anna living together were charged with unease. He exhibited rudeness and a quick temper, disregarding any attempts to initiate a conversation. I am capable of walking to the chair independently. Thanks a lot. I have complete knowledge of where it is situated, he remarked, his tone cutting enough to mask his annoyance. In contrast, Anna held her poise with unwavering grace. Got it, Mr. Lucas. Rest assured, I will be here if you decide to rethink your choice. One morning, while he lingered on the balcony, enjoying the soft caress of the breeze and the faint melody of the waves, Anna approached with a tray in hand. Here's a cup of coffee for you. The scent might help to rejuvenate your mind. Lucas snorted, but he couldn't help himself. The aroma wrapped around me, comforting and familiar. I would appreciate your honesty with me. I'm not used to overwhelming kindness. Anna gave a subtle smile. Not everything in life requires a trade, Mr. Lucas. Sometimes the most exquisite treasures come unexpectedly. He remained silent, but his expression betrayed the unease her words caused him. With each passing day, Lucas discovered a growing sense of trust in Anna, despite his reluctance to admit it. On a sunny and delightful afternoon, Anna persuaded him to wander through the garden. Feel the texture of the leaves beneath your fingertips. Experience the tactile sensation of the tree trunks. Your understanding reaches well past what you consciously recognize. Lucas laughed, infusing his amusement with a touch of irony. Will that bring back my sight? Maybe not, Anna replied, but it might allow you to see things in a new light. He extended his hand toward a nearby flower, gently caressing its fragile petals. And for a brief instant, he pushed his frustration to the background. It's softer than I expected, he murmured, as if lost in thought. As their connection grew stronger, Anna felt a sense of comfort in his presence. On a serene evening, Lucas, in an unexpected moment of candor, started to share his thoughts. There is a unique essence to your voice, Anna. It sounds familiar, but I can't seem to pinpoint it. Anna remained motionless, her heart pounding in her chest. She came to understand that he had no clue who she truly was. Yet his words triggered an alarm in her mind. Maybe it just looks like someone she knows, she remarked, turning her eyes away. Lucas smiled, but his mind lingered on unachieved aspirations. A quiet intuition stirred inside him, hinting that Anna concealed more profound truths than she let on. It could be a chance, or maybe you're hiding something, he teased with a mischievous smile. Anna let out a soft laugh, working to keep her poise intact. Me? What mysteries could I possibly be hiding? Excuse me, Mr. Lucas. Lucas held his tongue, but the feeling of familiarity continued to enchant his mind. For Anna, every day was a battle to hide her authentic self. It also presented an opportunity to be close to him, uncovering aspects of his character she had never imagined before. Laura emerged out of nowhere, intentionally commanding attention as the sharp click of her heels echoed through the hallway. Lucas, my dear, I'm back. Her voice carried an excessively sugary tone that made Anna, focused on tidying the sheets, briefly tighten her fists. Lucas directed his gaze to the door, immediately identifying the voice. Laura, what a surprising twist of fate. His intonation was cold, devoid of any trace of excitement. You really should express a little more excitement about my arrival, darling, Laura said, leaning in to place a kiss on his forehead. I'm thrilled to share some wonderful news about the wedding. All is progressing precisely as it should. Lucas paused, choosing his words carefully. His jaw tightened with tension. Isn't it just perfect? But for whom, exactly? Laura let out a frustrated sigh. We ought to avoid revisiting this path again. Lucas, I'm working hard to discover the most suitable way forward for us both. Gratitude held a pivotal role, Anna noted from afar, masking her feelings, but she could feel the atmosphere growing heavy with unease. Excuse me, she murmured, trying to escape without drawing attention. Laura stopped her with a swift gesture. Wait a minute, you're the one responsible for handling everything, correct? Is it, Anna? Indeed, Anna replied, her voice calm but firm. Laura examined her thoroughly, as if evaluating a product on display. Outstanding, keep moving forward on your present course. He needs to be looked after during the wedding, Anna agreed, but the hint of worry in her gaze was clear as Laura went on, brimming with excitement about the wedding plans. Lucas interjected, have you considered my wishes? Laura. His question pierced the quiet with sharp clarity. Laura stared at him, her face a canvas of sheer astonishment. What is it that you seek, Lucas? Our journey together has unfolded over many years, and I have come to grasp what serves us best. Lucas shook his head, letting out a deep, exasperated sigh. Have faith in your intuition, Laura, and maintain clarity. As Anna strolled down the corridor, She picked up on Lucas's words and halted, striving to stay out of sight. That same night, as Anna carefully arranged Lucas's blankets for bedtime, he broke the silence with his unexpected words. "Anna, I would be grateful for your assistance with something." His voice had a softer, more tender quality than usual. She halted her actions and faced him, astonished. "Completely, whatever it takes. I wish for you to accompany me down the aisle on my wedding day." He expressed himself with steadfast clarity. Anna felt the ground dissolve away, plunging her into an abyss. "Mr. Lucas, I believe that wouldn't be appropriate." He conveyed his feelings with a sincerity that disarmed her, stating, "I don't trust anyone else to guide me." With a gentle pause, Anna looked at his face, which now revealed a profound vulnerability, and she realized she couldn't bring herself to say no. "Very well," he replied, his voice laden with a blend of emotions. "I shall be there. The moment we have all been anticipating has at last arrived." The church was adorned with exquisite flowers and twinkling lights, creating a stunning atmosphere. The opulent setting reflects Laura's refined sensibilities. The guests whispered softly, admiring the elaborate details while simultaneously reflecting on Lucas's noticeable lack of enthusiasm for the arrangements. Anna strolled leisurely down the aisle alongside Lucas, his arms softly draped over hers. "Are you doing all right?" she asked gently, feeling a tension in his demeanor that made her uneasy. "I am," he replied, though his voice betrayed a nervousness he rarely permitted to show. "Just stay close, Anna. That's all that truly matters." As Anna neared the altar, she gently let go of his arm. Just as she was about to retreat, Lucas caught her hand for a brief instant. "Thank you," he murmured, offering a soft squeeze. She nodded and settled into her seat in the front row, working to contain the tumult of feelings within her. The priest began the ceremony, reciting words of devotion, love, and selflessness. Lucas remained motionless, his expression completely blank. As the time came to respond to the vows, he finally broke the silence. "Before I move forward, there's a sentiment I need to convey." The whole assembly was silent, with Laura next to him sporting a concerned expression. "Hey Lucas, what are you working on?" she whispered gently, but he seemed oblivious to her words. "As we come together to celebrate our reunion, there's a significant message I need to share. I will not recover my sight. The damage cannot be undone." A murmur of skepticism swept across the audience. Laura took a step back, her expression a mix of confusion and fury. "You knew about this and you didn't tell me," she exclaimed, her voice echoing through the church. Lucas turned his eyes in her direction. "It was essential for me to grasp your genuine nature prior to expressing my reflections to you." Laura released a dry, incredulous laugh that transforms the whole scene. "Lucas, I will not allow myself to be confined by this situation for the rest of my life." Her voice was thick with irritation and contempt. "I cherish my aspirations and the visions that are close to my heart. This won't drag me down." "Then go," Lucas replied, his voice calm but firm. "If your feelings for me depend on my ability to understand, then they were never true feelings." In quiet defiance, Laura tore away her veil, letting it fall to the floor, and strode out of the church, igniting a flurry of murmurs among the congregation. Lucas remained still, appearing completely unbothered. After a prolonged silence, he finally turned to address the front row. "Anna, are you there?" Anna, surprised, slowly stood up. "I'm here, Mr. Lucas," she replied, her voice laced with hesitation. "Come closer," he insisted. As he reached out, she moved closer, her gentle steps echoing lightly along the hallway. As they neared the altar, he took her hand firmly, filled with resolve. "Anna, you have been my steadfast companion in the bleakest times. You saw who I really am and still you decided to stay. Will you accept me just as I am, forevermore?" Anna's eyes sparkled as she looked at him. Lucas' eyes, she took a deep breath, gathering the courage needed. "Truly it has forever been you." The whispers of the attendees swelled into an unforeseen burst of clapping. With a radiant smile lighting up his face for the first time in months, Lucas found himself embraced by the soothing cadence of the waves meeting the shore, creating a perfect setting for the day that was just beginning to reveal itself. The ceremony took place in a charming scenic spot by the ocean, with only close friends and family in attendance. The sun, sinking low in the sky, painted the heavens with shades of warm golden orange. Reflecting in Lucas' smile, Anna stood next to him, dressed in an elegant white gown crafted from soft fabric that danced lightly in the breeze. Lucas held her hand tightly, as if that small gesture was the connection that anchored him to the here and now. He spoke softly, as though revealing a cherished secret meant solely for her ears. Never did I envision uncovering something so invaluable within the shadows. Anna radiated warmth, softly taking his hand in response. The officiant, standing before them, expressed the words that united their lives. What struck Lucas the most was the deep sense of tranquility he had finally found. As the time came for him to express his vows, he took a deep breath. Anna, you revealed to me how to experience the world in ways that go beyond simple observation. Your perspective highlights that the true meaning of life is found not in what we own, but in the connections we nurture with our loved ones. I promise to be with you, always and for eternity, regardless of the challenges that come our way. Anna replied thoughtfully, Lucas, you revealed to me that true love does not pursue perfection. It embraces, fosters, and grows. I promise to hold you dear for who you genuinely are, forever. As they exchanged rings, the close-knit gathering burst into applause and laughter. Lucas drew nearer to Anna, sealing their connection with a tender kiss. As the ocean seemed to rejoice in their bond with its eternal cadence. After the ceremony, while they wandered along the shoreline, Lucas took a moment to pause. Have you ever noticed that the sound of the sea is always there, a steady companion? He asked with a contemplative expression, while Anna looked at him, her curiosity ignited. It's similar to life, he explained. Sometimes it bellows with fervor, at other moments it murmurs gently, but it is always there, much like our own journey. Anna radiated joy, her fingers weaving together with his. Together we will chart our course through this expansive sea, Lucas. Amidst the ebb and flow of circumstances, the guests began to approach, extending their salutations, but just before the moment was disrupted, Lucas leaned in to share a quiet word with Anna. You're not just a light in my darkness, Anna. You brighten every facet of my existence. That day, brimming with genuine simplicity, marked the beginning of a fresh chapter for Lucas and Anna. Throughout their journey, they discovered that true wealth lay in the ability to love, accept, and grow alongside one another. As the sun dipped beneath the horizon, yielding to a canvas of stars, they understood that their journey together was just beginning.